Kimberly.
And Patrick.
And Patrick. We just wanted to send you guys an update on how things have been going here in Washington and what God's been showing us. So, where to begin? First things first, we have been staying in hotels because we believe God told us He was giving us a house, and we came here expecting that to happen. And obviously things have not looked quite like what we thought. But on the bright side, we are learning a lot about trusting God, and really we realized that coming here, we kind of expected, honestly, we expected circumstances to reaffirm that we were supposed to be here, and I think we've learned that that's not how faith works.
Yep.
God has simultaneously affirmed our hearts that this is where we're called, while also teaching us to trust Him when circumstances don't look like what you thought.
Yeah. So,
we're grateful we've been able to stay in a hotel. And some of the cool things that have been happening, Friday, I had a meeting with the director of the Downtown Camas Association, and just shared my heart a little bit about the ministry I feel called to start down there. And she gave me a list of about 6 people that are either church pastors or business owners in the area who are Christians and who would probably be willing to be involved. So that was really cool. Really just gave me some insights on the importance of having a clear vision, of having social media and a website, and then also just networking with people here. I don't think she's a believer, but everyone she listed is. And also it was cool that she really said, don't try to force things, but start building relationships and just see what naturally happens, which to me, that's how God works, is, things are not forced when God's involved. I know that He's opening doors, and we've met quite a few people just in the last couple of days who we feel like God is connecting us with. So I'll let Patrick talk a little bit more about that.
About the people we've been connected? Okay. So, Sunday, we had one of the prayer team people speak over us, named Sonny, and he actually gave us some words about a house, and for me, for business, because that's what I feel called to go into. And as well as we met the pastor's father-in-law and mother-in-law, and they live around here and want to get lunch with us and possibly invest into us and stuff. And so that was really cool. And so yeah, and God's just been doing some great stuff. I've been writing more than I've ever written. Probably could possibly even finish a book this week. It's just going really well, but not in the way that we suspected, like
Right.
Kimberly said. And just, we're looking towards possibly getting some jobs and such, but we don't feel led to take anything to pay the bills, but more to do, to put us in the direction that we plan on going. So yeah, that's about.
Yeah, so along those lines, I felt on Friday the idea just popped in my head to get a job at the coffee shop. There's only one coffee shop on the main street downtown, and so I actually went in there this morning, and the owner was there, and she said they're not hiring right now, but she said to go ahead and bring my resume anyway, as I'm sure turnover and circumstances are always changing there. But it was really cool because within 2 seconds of talking to her, I found out that her husband actually owns gyms in this area. And so I gave her Patrick's resume too. And so hopefully he might be able to be a personal trainer there in the meantime. But also I'm hoping her husband might end up being someone who could partner with Patrick, or at least give him some pointers on his experience opening his own gym and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a crazy coincidence. And she was really friendly as well. So, and she's a believer too. So that's cool.
Yeah. And so, you know, in the midst of this, we're still learning from God, you know, learning what trust looks like and everything. And we're looking for a place like a little in-law kind of apartment type thing that someone would have. That's like maybe on Airbnb or something. Quite a few people who are renting on that, you know, for long term, and another one called like VR or something that I looked up. But I feel like God kind of said that, you know, that he'll handle it and such. So we're gonna see and see what happens, because crazier things have happened for us. For sure.
Yeah. So the last thing I just wanted to do before we jump off of this video is to just share the vision God's given us for those who haven't heard it. So as far as my ministry goes, some of you may have found it on Facebook, but I'm calling it The Boutique, at least for now. And it's basically taking a week with a woman who is either nominated or who the Lord directs us to. Like, we've already met a lady here that I think is a great first candidate, and someone who just has kind of lost their identity or has never found it in Jesus. And with women, that's often apparent through how they dress. So I really feel like the Holy Spirit's been showing me that there's such a connection between your identity and the way that you present yourself to the world. And I think most people actually are hiding behind their appearance, whether that's provocative dress or even just kind of wild and crazy, or even just like afraid to wear things that draw attention to themselves. Those are all signs that a woman just doesn't know how valuable she is and how beautiful she is in the eyes of God. So it's really taking the time to talk about that, with clothes being an entry point into the conversation, and also giving the Holy Spirit a chance to really address past hurts or things that have caused women to start to see themselves as less than they really are. I see that as being in a storefront downtown, but also I feel like God has given us the idea to have kind of a retreat place where women can go and spend that week, because I feel like it's important, especially with women like the lady we met here who's in a bad situation, to have a place they can go and seek God and also just rest and take time to reflect on who do I want to be going forward. So that's my vision for the boutique.
I would say my vision is, some people have heard of the prayer garden that I want to start. And I believe that God gave me a vision in 2017 that it was in the middle of downtown, and it was really more like inviting people home, and really saw like middle-aged women and stuff who go to church whose family doesn't, who need fellowship and stuff. And it's kind of providing 24-hour prayer and praying with, you know, you might be going through something and you need someone to pray with you or whatever. It's just providing that at all times, as well as housing evangelists, doing mission work, kind of bringing churches together in the area, all for the work of God. Let's see. And towards that goal, I really felt that God told me I need to meet people who are called to be like missionaries and evangelists first. And I feel like I did that season in Texas, at LCU a lot. And that this season is kind of the business season. It's time to plant businesses and create renewable income and just really go for that. And I feel like that's this season right now, is to go into business. And the first thing I want to do is start a gym. But I also have some app ideas and some other businesses I want to start eventually. And I know that God said possibly 5, even as much as 5 businesses this year, because God works in incredible timing. You know, one thing he told me was he doesn't slow down. You know, we're the ones who slow him down. So we're just casting our vision and believing a lot, as well as, you know, the gym, the first thing I'm starting and such. I really want to invest into guys kind of similarly to what Kimberly's doing is, and have kind of a restaurant inside of it that does more kind of personalized to your diet and your goals restaurant with like some good chefs and stuff like that. And so yeah. Anything else?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We want to keep the video relatively short.
Yes.
As much
Okay.
as possible.
We love you guys.
Love you. Thank you for your support. It's meant the world to us and literally has kept us here doing what we're doing, because, like I said, we weren't 100% confident when we got here. But God has really given us the grace and the support we needed to press forward, and now we're like, okay, yes, this is what we're called to do.
Yeah. God's doing great stuff here. So.
Yeah. Amen.
All right. Bye.